Oh my god, hi. I don't know why I'm doing that lately. Hello. Welcome to part 2 of the Eugenia Cooney court case mess. Julie, how you doing? I know people, the algorithm and the humans are not used to me streaming this much. Or get used to it. I'm going to be streaming a lot, especially in December. Oh, I wanted to do it yesterday, but then I saw a new video came out and I had some things come up and I wasn't able to. So we're here today. Apologies for not doing it yesterday, but I only skipped a day. That's pretty good for me. And I tried to find more stuff about the court case, and I don't know, I'm surprised Vera The Chooken found what she did. And we are going to, so the rest of the video we were watching, it's it's kind of redundant in the follow-up video, and it's basically, if you missed it, a bunch of people filed a court case. No YouTube notification. Well, that's great. Thanks, YouTube. I shared it on my community tab on my Twitter, so good job, YouTube. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, nope, no notification for me either. Although I don't know if I get one as the channel owner. Anywho's, people will find their way, or replay views are great. So a bunch of people filed a court case against social media apps such as TikTok, what's that? Snapchat, YouTube, for having harmful things on there, being addictive, etc., etc. There's some going ons with Eugenia Cooney and TikTok because she had an incident at the end of May, which they kind of show. I found this video on a channel called Spill that came out Sunday, the day I did my stream, and I was like, oh my god, there's like an update. So we're gonna skip the last little bit of Chooken's video. Hi, Falco. Hi, baby. Can you hear me? Auntie Raven loves you. I gonna boop that snoots. I love Julie's dog. Sorry. I love him so much. So we're gonna skip the rest of that last video because she basically said what she had to say. It's redundant. We're gonna go into the follow-up video because some of those papers we were reading over, girl, they got redacted and we could see what was under there. We're going to watch some of that, go into the spill video. Angry Cops did. He posted an EDM music video, electronic dance music, an EDM video of DoorDash Girls arrest cam, the body cam of it, which I haven't seen. I'm very excited. So we're going to watch that. Wow, YouTube. I know, like, you know how Chantel will go live 11 times a day? I know when you stream too much. Hey, Astro. Or, you know how Chantel will go live 2-3 times a day? Like, YouTube won't. There's this girl I found. Oh, my God. I'm not going to say her channel name. She's got, like, 2 little kids. She left her man. I don't know if it's her baby daddy or what. She streams all day. She's like trying to be a big YouTuber influencer. And I've watched her a little bit. And she was live a couple days ago. And she's like, blah, blah, blah. Nah. And I'm like, well, when you go live several times a day, YouTube won't put out notifications for you. Like, you can't stream too much, but you can't stream too little. Buggo, how you doing? I'm glad to see you back. I enjoyed you in chat last time. Good to see you. Welcome in. Ooh, and it's December, baby doll. I have more memberships I can gift. Maybe we'll do that at the end of stream. Or maybe I'll save them. I don't know. We'll see how spicy I feel. So I've been watching this girl, and she's one of those people where she's like real defensive, and she'll stream with this friend sometimes, and I'm like, I don't I don't know if there's something there to talk about. I think she might be a potential lolcow. I'm not sure. I stumbled into some other community in their drama. No idea who these people are or what it's about. I'm trying to figure it out, and it's a lot. I just YouTube has been feeding me some stuff lately, and then I log out from YouTube and I go to my Amazon Prime app, and I'm watching The Chosen, which is just a fantastic show. I know it's about Jesus and the disciples, but it's just a good show. I'm into season 5, which is towards the end of things, so it's getting intense, and I'm like, oof, but highly recommend it. Oh, yay. Oh, good. Yay. Hey, Fraggy. Fraggy. Fraggerton, how you doing? Good to see you. I was watching a long vid and it finished, and I went back to my main page and you were there. I was there. Oh my goodness. I'm going to be around a lot because I'm like, I talk about the girls. I go in on AJ, which I know there was a whole thing with her going on Yato's panel, and then she did a stream, and then Hussey reacted to it and whatever. Go to Garby's channel, or Tasha tried streaming yesterday and had some audio issues. I don't know if she's figured them out or gotten them resolved, but and I don't know if she's planning on streaming, but I told her, like, if you go to like stream tonight, happens again, uh I'll I'll get on my laptop and I'll help her figure out what's going on, cuz it could be my audio didn't want to go and I had to unplug and replug in my microphone. So StreamYards and YouTube can be real weird. I love to stream about AJ because I feel vindicated. No one cared when I did my first AJ stream back on November 3rd of 2024. First year's up. Tell daddy to send the paperwork, bitch. We did the anniversary, on November 3rd. I was like, hey, girl, it's our strawberry anniversary. What's up? And don't forget, if you are a member, you do have your AJ emoji. Yes, that is a strawberry uterus. I don't care if it's mean. I'm tired of being the nice one. Heaven forbid I get a little snarky with a member emoji. Oh, fucking well. Oh, well. Oh, well. Raven's getting a little spicy. I always take the dogs out before stream, Buggle. I know it's probably supposed to be Bugle, but I like to call you Buggle, so I hope that's okay. Or what do you have it as? I don't know why I'm so tired of YouTube with the handles, and it's like, can we just have people's names? There's nothing I can do about it. It's a roll of the dice and up to YouTube. So sorry about that. It's annoying. I know, I'm sorry. I always take the dogs out. I took the dogs out. They went potty. I scooped the yard. They're good. Only the boys are in here with me. The girls are with their mommy. I gave them bacon flavored rawhide chips, and they chewed them for about 5 minutes, and now they're both asleep. But it's funny, they always know when I'm ending stream. Something must change in the cadence of how I talk, or like the tone of my voice. They always know. Oh, to be honest, you're not sure what it's meant to be. I hate choosing names, so it was one of those random generator sites. Oh, cool. That's how Childish Gambino got his name. Was like a random name generator, and it turned out to be like the best name ever. I love Childish Gambino. He's great. Love him as a musician, as an actor. Well, here it's going to be Buggle because I think that's fun. So apparently YouTube's not letting people know I'm live. Okay, cool. Thanks. Maybe more people will show up as we go along. So let's just get into it. So we're skipping past the video we were watching. We're going into, again, we're going to do Vera the Chooken, but we're just going to watch like the middle part of it because I watched through it and I'm just kind of like, it's good information and I like her, but to like react on stream, I need a little more pep, a little more zest, but that's not what she's here for, you know. So this one, it was like the court documents were unsealed. So we're starting this, the thumbnails like the court documents or the judge's ruling or something, and the name of it is the real reason Eugenia Cooney was banned from TikTok. I have the court documents from the lawsuit. So we're going to start at about 11 minutes in. We can see we're good. Okay. Let's play.
If your child has suffered mental health issues, including addiction from social media use.
So this is, I know all of you are here, but for those that have missed it, replay lurkers, whatever. So this is what the lawsuit is about, right? A bunch of people are like, hey, social media is not good, and you're allowing people like Eugenia Cooney on it. Again, so the judge's ruling was in October. We'll hear that in a minute. I think this is why Amber Lynn Reed got demonetized. Like, is it just me? Does it just make sense to me? I really think YouTube, because they're also named in this lawsuit, saw what happened with Eugenia and just like all the shit in general, and they're like, oh, so they took her. It's YouTube. YouTube never makes fun. YouTube, I love you, but you never make fucking sense. They're not going to take her channel down. They're just going to take her money away because, I mean, that is the bigger punishment. I think that's a worse punishment. Like, I can still stream, and to be honest, you don't necessarily need to be monetized through YouTube anymore because everybody's learned YouTube takes 30% of memberships, super chats. I still need them because I need to make payout and pay for my StreamYards and stuff. But you can still have, get donations and earn money by sharing your Cash App, your Venmo, your PayPal. So I don't know. YouTube doesn't make sense, but I think this is why Amber got demonetized.
You may be eligible to file a social media harm lawsuit. People who suffered mental health issues as minors may also be eligible. And interestingly, in this month of this year, a total number of pending actions in the adolescent social media litigation increased to 2,053, up from 1,961 in September's report. So there are a lot of people getting on board, and these sites all have like links where you can kind of apply for this, but you can see this is a big thing. They go on to say that this lawsuit.
Gosh darn it. Did I pull up the wrong one? This has not been. No.
They were directly involved in Cooney's visit.
Okay, so whatever. We went over a little backstory. This is the one. YouTube, I wasn't able to like click on the videos in my playlist on my phone. And then like they keep switching in my list. It's weird. Okay, so this is the one we want to watch. Sorry about it. I did the same thing last time. All right.
To TikTok's New York offices in May 2025, or were directly involved in any user safety media inquiry or user complaint issues concerning Cooney's May 2025 TikTok livestream event. The court orders TikTok to include. So
we'll see that in the spill video after this. They go over what happened, and Eugenia ended the stream and never came back. They just show like a couple of seconds of it, but I've seen the clip and it was upsetting because you're like, are we watching somebody like kick the bucket on live stream? Buckle, did you know that was the first video ever played on MTV? Was Video Killed the Radio Star? And I watched it happen because I'm fucking old. Fraggy says, I saw an article a while ago about how so many kids have neck and back problems because they are forever looking down on their phone. Scary. I have neck problems now. And like when I have to stand up straight and I'm not hunched over looking at my phone, like my upper back hurts outside of my like spinal issues in my lower back. All of us do. I was watched one thing where this girl, she had the potential to become like a college level, Olympic level, professional level volleyball player, but she was having problems with her hands because she was texting all the time and like on her phone and stuff, and she wouldn't stop being addicted to her phone, and her mom put the kibosh on that, totally resolved her issues, and she went on to be like a great volleyball player. I'm like, damn.
Among those custodians,
No,
the
I
TikTok
haven't.
witness who was deposed in February 2025. Now, so it's the wording perform a reasonable search for that makes me concerned here, right? They do go on into.
Oh, and then let's go, because I was looking through the comments on this. Perform a reasonable search for and make inquiry, because they want to know what the deal was with Eugenia Cooney. And then somebody left a comment about like it's not a loophole. See, it was like the number one on my, maybe I need to change it to newest. Somebody left a comment saying like, no, it's not a loophole. A lot of legalese is to cover your ass. That's why they say honor about this date, to perform a reasonable search. It's not specific. It could be left open to interpretation. Legalese is tricky. It's a whole different language. I can't fucking talk today. Oh, slow down, girl. I still get nervous when I stream. It's been almost 3 years and I still get nervous. Yeah, her mom did get that sorted. I'm like, girl, don't give up your whole life for you fucking. And God, these kids can text so fast. I can't text and walk at the same time. If I'm out and about in the world and I'm like walking through a store and I have to answer a text or I need to Google something or an app or whatever, I got to pull over in the store. Don't text and drive. Don't text and walk. I got to pull over out of the way of everybody in the store. And like, I can't type and walk at the same time. I can't.
To this document to define what a reasonable search is.
Oh, you did?
But could TikTok not say, okay, we're looking for everything that happened on the 23rd of May, 2025, and everything that everybody had to say about Eugenia's live stream on that day? And that's going to turn up exactly what? Is that not all they have to? Look, are there any lawyer nuggets in the audience at the moment who can tell me, is this a massive loophole? Because as somebody with no legal training here, I feel like I could argue this satisfactorily, right? I don't know. I don't like it, but at least the court has said, yes, we want to see more documents and you are to provide them, which means my nuggets, we might get to see them ourselves. Yes. Also, I'm thinking of looking into that February deposition, because if that TikTok employee was questioned about what they know about Eugenia, I think that might be an interesting video too. So I'm fully all over this at this point. This will continue to be an update from me whenever something new happens in this case. So the judge also continued that by no later than November 10, 2025, TikTok shall serve supplemental responses to document requests, and in such responses shall indicate whether, after a good faith reasonable inquiry of those custodians called for by this order, any non-privileged responsive documents exist which relate to Cooney's May 2025 visit to TikTok's New York offices. So their second point is relating to whether or not they can depose Eugenia to actually get her on the stand under oath and answer a bunch of questions. So the
Ooh.
argument is, in addition to the documents sought, plaintiffs request that the court issue an order granting plaintiffs leave to take.
They're wanting to know what was the deal. What was your agreement with Eugenia Cooney on your platform? It's like I said, I think it's more acceptable to have the Quirky Love Roses, the Amberlynn Reeds, the Tess Holidays, the Chantals running around, because most of us have a few extra pounds. You know, the whole mukbang culture, whatever. Where someone like Eugenia that looks like she just walked out of Auschwitz, detrimental. She's always body checking. It's a whole thing. And finally we have legal action, because like YouTube and TikTok shouldn't have allowed her on, and she is one of the bigger creators, so there is a direct relationship there with bigger creators like that, because they're making you millions of dollars a year in AdSense, you know, whatever it is on TikTok, super chats. They put the little hats and like they get a cut of that. And this is why these platforms cozy up and coddle and have a direct relationship with the Mr. Beasts and stuff like that, because they're making them millions of dollars. But it should have been years ago, regardless of any of that, that these platforms should have been like, girl, you're not healthy. We're not promoting you. We're not allowing this. Get healthy and you can come back. Until then, you're done. If they're not going to, if they won't allow, think of it this way. If they wouldn't allow somebody tying off, cooking something, and injecting that into their body, y'all know what I'm saying. It's no different with someone like Eugenia or someone like Chantal. It's addiction, it's ED, it's bad no things that a lot of young impressionable minds are taking in. And it's not good, and it's just disturbing.
Take a further deposition of a specific TikTok witness, that's the employee, and a deposition of Cooney herself. TikTok opposes this request because it's untimely, aka outside of the discovery period, and because there was no meet and confer on this issue. Now, this gets into a little bit of legal jargon, but I just wanted to have it in here. So, as discussed above, the amendment to Rule 26E clarify that the obligation to supplement responses to formal discovery request applies to interrogations, request for production, and requests for admissions, but not ordinarily to deposition testimony. There is thus no legal basis to request a supplementing deposition under Rule 26E. I just wanted to put that in there because
TikTok is really fighting against more discovery. They're like, it's late, it's whatever, it doesn't apply. There's I don't know. I get it was out of the time frame, but courts oftentimes will make an exception. Plaintiffs and defendants will cooperate. So I don't know, something's up. Yeah, I agree, Fraggy. The health at any size. People that are as big as a house and say they don't have any health issues. Sure, Jan. The body positivity movement was initially started because, like me, growing up in the 90s where heroin chic and like the Kate Mosses were popular, I'm 5'8", wide shoulders. You know, I got them hips. I have an hourglass figure or like a swimmer's body, I've been told. I didn't I wasn't a size 2. I was a normal, healthy, like 10 or 12 because I'm, I'm not a petite girl. In my old age, I've put on, a few pounds. Y'all know I love my chai and I love my Texas Roadhouse. But that whole thing was started so that if you weren't a size 0, you weren't a size 2 or a size 6, you were what was then the average size was like an American 12. Now it's more like an 18 to 20 because everybody's fat. It's, oh my God. And did y'all hear about the Campbell soup? Did y'all hear about the vice president Campbell soup? An audio clip was leaked. I should cover that. Oh, good. Not anymore. He got fired. It's a whole thing.
It's the judge's justification to say that, no, I don't actually see a warranted reason to be deposing these two individuals for further discovery. So, and quote, accordingly, the court denies plaintiff's request to do further deposition of TikTok or a deposition of Cooney. With regard to Cooney, the court notes, and this is important, that she is a third party and has not appeared in this action. So she's kind of evidence is what they mean, not actually a participant in this lawsuit.
Yeah.
Indeed, no leave to serve a subpoena was requested, and she may be wholly unaware that her deposition was even sought by the plaintiffs.
Ooh.
As noted above, the court is particularly aware of its obligation to enforce the duty imposed on a party or attorney issuing a subpoena to, quote, take reasonable steps to avoid imposing undue burden or expense on a person subject to the subpoena. Cooney's interest as a third-party potential target of discovery in this case have been addressed, at least in part, by TikTok's opposition, but nothing in this order is intended to or makes any findings as to any objections Cooney herself may have as a third party. So she's essentially only able to be used as an example and nothing more. And I found that interesting that she may not.
Well, she's a damn good example. And again, these platforms know, TikTok, YouTube, they know they shouldn't be platforming her. If anyone looks at her and the way she's like, no, I'm just naturally skinny, guys. No, like Ariana, well, even she's lost a little bit too much weight, is like naturally thin. Like we've seen models, actresses, people that in our real lives that are just, they're naturally thin. That's not naturally thin. Oh, Buggle, old age, you say you grew up in the 90s. I was a child in the 80s, a teenager in the 90s. 2000s were my 20s, 2010s. I turned 47 in October. So I am middle age. Yes, for poor people. Oh, I'll see when we're done with like this and stuff because I want to get through this. I want to finish it up. I want to get to the spill video because like I said, this is good information, but my ADD is kind of like, ugh.
No, I do kind of hope that it wasn't my video that's made her aware that she was involved in this. I do hope, surely she does have some sort of inkling because of what's happened to her account. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe she wasn't aware. So to conclude, end quote, accordingly, for all the reasons discussed herein, the court grants in part plaintiff's motion to compel TikTok to serve supplemental responses to specific document requests and produce non-privileged responsive documents, if any exist, as discussed above. Further, the court denies plaintiff's request for leave to take further deposition of the TikTok witness and denies plaintiff request for leave to take Cooney's deposition. And that resolves the dockets in this part of the lawsuit and signed off. It is so ordered, October 20, 2025 by Peter H. Kang. So what does this actually mean and what documents will we see? So specifically, the judge has asked TikTok to search for documents surrounding specifically just the office visit and the live stream incident. For the office visit, this could mean things like meeting agendas, presentations, materials from Eugenia's visit to TikTok's New York offices, but only if those materials concerned actual or potential adverse impact on user safety. So it's not just everything, it's kind of specifically to do with this case and what it's trying to achieve.
Well, that makes sense because, a contract between you and any business or whatever, like that's private, that's like, these companies are very private. These influencers, I use that term extremely loosely. They're very private about the goings ons and the perks, the benefits, the monies, the agreements and such. Cause I don't think people would really like it if we found out how much money these people actually make. I remember back in the day when adpocalypse happened. First, it was like you had all these YouTubers and they started like the big ones back in the day, when YouTube was the wild, wild west, the good old days. And all of a sudden, they're driving these nice cars and they're living in these big houses and they're wearing like Gucci and Versace. If you know, you know, Versace. And we started figuring out, like, oh, these people are making a fuck ton of money. And then the booty gurus came along and it took a minute. And then everyone figured out, oh, but you got paid $100,000 to talk about that mascara that's actually shitty and you don't like. Then memberships came along and that was like a big thing. I remember Philip DeFranco was one of the first people to take a sponsorship and people were pissed back after Adpocalypse happened. Now it's standard. I remember all these things, figuring all these things out. And it's one of the things about YouTube that's so great is anyone can start a channel and you start watching people and they're on your level, they're relatable, and then all of a sudden they get popular, they're like quote unquote celebrity status, making millions of dollars, and you feel this disconnect. It's a weird thing. Hey Pew Pew, how you doing? I'm very concerned about your audio issues. I had to unplug and plug my microphone back in because before you go into the StreamYard studio, how it's like test your mic. Every stream I've done on this channel, I test my mic. This is how I test my mic. You ready? Chuck, 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 chuck. That's my mic test sound. And it wasn't showing, so I unplugged like from my microphone and plugged it back in, and it was fine. So I don't know, maybe something's going on with StreamYards, but if you need help, I'll help if I can. I'm pretty good.
Right. And for the live stream, what we might see are like internal analysis about whether Eugenia's incident was problematic or impacted youth safety, communications about media inquiries, communications with employees or PR firms about when it happened, which I imagine there would be something around that. Having worked in a big corporate before, I would be really surprised if HR and PR were not involved when that went down.
Oh, for
And
sure.
also user complaints that TikTok has received about adverse effects on youth safety. And so here's what's fascinating. The judge specifically cited because, quote, that there is thus a basis to conclude that TikTok received media inquiries, if not other investigations or other government inquiries related to user safety based on or stemming from Cooney's May 2025 live stream. So the judge believes TikTok got media inquiries, and that means we'll get to see those communications. And also, quote, similarly, there is a basis to conclude that TikTok sent communications to employees and contract/vendors, such as public relations firms, on whether or how to discuss whether Cooney's May live stream was problematic.
Yeah.
So TikTok was coordinating.
If you haven't seen it, like I said, it's disturbing. I saw some medical people analyze it, with like what was happening to her, and of course she plays it off. Oh, I think I'm just stressed, you guys. I'm gonna go. And you could tell like something was going on. Her body was freaking out. And it's really upsetting that event happened because it's a clear sign. Girl is not doing okay. We all know this. We all know who Eugenia is. We've watched her steadily deteriorate and then somehow sustain for years, which, good heavens to Betsy. But that event, I think, needed to happen so that whatever platform she's on, she doesn't really do YouTube anymore. She mainly does TikTok. Um, they need to be held accountable for allowing this on. And she's just the most well known one. I'm sure there are others like Eugenia out there that maybe only have a few hundred or a few thousand subs. And it's just, and also, where are the parents? Where are the parents? This is on the parents too. I know. I agree, Fraggy. I would have thought years ago. And I felt so bad for Jaclyn Hill because, especially, I understand Eugenia was mad. And listen, it's just like any addict, right? Drugs, alcohol, whatever. You guys know I deal with my mom. She's an alcoholic. She's going on 2 years sober again. But she's relapsed. And it's horrifically fascinating the way somebody with a condition can convince themselves they're getting away with it. No one's noticing. I have everyone fooled and everything's fine. And that's just not the fucking case. And Eugenia really demonized Jaclyn Hill and the people that did that intervention. And then she got put in a facility, and Shane Dawson did the like return stream and whatever, and it was a whole mess. But I've had to do that. It's a really difficult thing to do, to confront that person that you love, to say, we all know what, you know what's going on. I know what's going on. We all know what's going on. It's not okay. You need help. You need to stop. This is detrimental. And if you don't, these are going to be the consequences. If you've watched Intervention, you know the formula.
Their PR response, essentially, which makes sense to me. Of course they would. Deciding on whether to acknowledge this publicly or not. And we're going to see those internal discussions too, unless they manage to find that loophole.
All right. So we're going to watch the unredacted stuff, and then we're going to go to the spill video because it's just a little more peppy and interesting, and it came out on Sunday, so it's the most recent update I found. But I want us to see what was redacted, what was under those big black lines that you didn't want us to see. Hey Tank, how you doing, girl? Oh, I'm the same way, Bogle. I usually drink once a year, and I like to have a margarita on the rocks with salt in the summertime. I like a good Hefeweizen with like a lot of fresh squeezed orange in it. Or I'll do a Moscow Mule like around Christmas time, and a good spicy Bloody Mary. That's about it. And that's like maybe once or twice a year. I actually haven't drank in years because solidarity with my mom. But yeah, I don't like the feeling of being altered. I don't I don't like to feel floaty. I don't like to feel like I'm trying to escape from my body, or I like to feel whole here and grounded and in control of my faculties. I do not like feeling altered at all.
Okay, so with the most recent update out of the way, let's take a look at these unredacted documents that I found. Now, a lot of it is just that particular employee's name. Now, I did go back and forth whether to keep this hidden, but these are accessible to the public. So I'm feeling like if this is a cluck up on the court's behalf, that's on them. I feel like I've downloaded these legitimately. They are available to everybody. And so I'm just showing you literally what is on those documents. But as always, like, don't go finding these people, don't go contacting these people. That's not what this is about. This is just their legal stuff, okay? All right, so what I've done is I've taken the original document that I did my last video on, and then I've taken this second document, which is listed in my description if you want to look at it. And I just want to have a look side by side because there were some huge redacted parts. So the first one is at the top of page 4. We can see 2 black lines here. Now, one of them is a name, but the other one, specifically discussing point 1, TikTok's relationship with Eugenia Cooney, a TikTok creator suffering from a condition, who TikTok blank, who TikTok what? Who TikTok managed, paid, and promoted. That's what TikTok wanted redacted. Are you kidding me? Are you clucking kidding me? Think about those words and what they mean. Managed, paid, and promoted. That is critical for the plaintiff's argument about whether or not harm is imposed on minors watching this content. Basically, if the plaintiff...
Yeah, again, put it, same principle in a different context. If it was a creator sitting there shooting up on stream bad no things, and they managed, paid, and promoted, it's the principle, the details, the condition is different. The principle is the same. And these platforms need to stop doing that. That is the definition of corporate greed. We don't care that you're harmful to yourself, people watching you, because people are going to watch you due to these things. Because let's be honest, nobody would have been watching Eugenia Cooney all these years if it wasn't for her condition and her physical state. She's not really interesting. I reacted to her a little while ago. She was like trying to bake a cake with her mom and plant flowers. She is so fucking helpless and inept at the basic human skills. This girl does not do her own laundry. She doesn't know how to cook. She cannot function on her own at the most basic levels of life skills. Shut up, Raven. Shut up, Raven.
This can prove that TikTok was aware of the condition, and then they can prove that TikTok actively managed, paid, and promoted her after knowing that. That is a really big problem for TikTok to overcome. Also on page 4, this is just above the photos that the plaintiffs had included. So images of Ms. Cooney are below blank. In TikTok's own words, Ms. Cooney is a whole lot of blanks. So what is she? And then a little bit further down, TikTok brought her into...
Ooh, I didn't watch past the first one. I was like, ooh, I want to see what the second one says on live, on stream. Ooh, we ready to find out? Because that's a whole lot of redacted, baby.
It's inner circle blank at branded events, including TikTok's live programming and TikTok's live battles entitled Road to Superstar. And I said, I'd love to see what's under there because I know it's something juicy. I know that TikTok does not want that out there. So this is the unredacted paragraph, and I have to censor it, so bear with me. But it's on the screen if you want to see the actual words. Images of Ms. Cooney are below. Name was redacted. In TikTok's own words, Ms. Cooney is a controversial influencer who is widely known in the pro-condition community for having a condition.
She's widely known in the ED community for having Tyrannosaurus rexia.
Is damning. So that means that those are TikTok's own words, knowing that that's what
Wow.
she's about. That is TikTok directly
Oh,
admitting that they were fully aware of what she was doing. And
I'm going to throw my laptop. I'm going to throw my fucking laptop. I'm so glad I've never downloaded that shit ass app. So, yeah, again, you can't look at the girl and be like, we had no idea. Okay. Oh my God, the sky is blue. Yeah, obvious things are obvious.
then that big juicy one underneath, TikTok brought her into its inner circle, managing her, paying her, and promoting her at branded events. So this is from that deposition in February. Yeah, I think I need to do a video on that. So this is from an employee of TikTok saying this. That's gonna be hard for them to overcome. And
I don't know. That was weird that they bracketed the C. Okay, I think this is the last one.
then finally, the last paragraph on page 4. Meanwhile, TikTok's trust and safety team was unaware of what? Of what?
Ooh.
Meanwhile, TikTok's trust and safety team was unaware that TikTok had hired Ms. Cooney as a paid influencer. When trust and safety employees learned about the relationship, the team voiced shock and, quote, wow, regarding her being managed by us. Other internal documents state that Ms. Cooney's account has been reported, redacted, by various external redacted partners due to how many consider her.
So I'm going to assume Miss Cooney's account has been reported, I don't know, probably as like detrimental by various external sponsor or branding partners. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure companies don't want their name, their product, their image associated with Eugenia Cooney. Yeah, I'm sure.
Appearance to be triggering for body image. Now, this continues on the next page, and the next page, page 5, just basically had this entire redacted section except for Dr. Bryn Austin's name.
Oh shit, are we ready? Because like the whole paragraph is black except for the name. Oh fuck, are we ready? All right.
And saying he's from Harvard. So this is what this paragraph actually said. In another message, the TikTok witness expressed concern that TikTok's sponsorship of Ms. Cooney would be a quote, barn burner. Is this an Americanism? I've never heard this, a barn burner. I suppose catastrophic is what that's meaning. With TikTok's condition consultants. Indeed, TikTok's consultants were concerned. One, Dr. Bryn Austin from Harvard, recommended that TikTok warn the public, but TikTok ignored this advice. And then it goes on to say TikTok feared blank. That's still redacted. I can't find that sentence. But it goes on to say further, TikTok discussed how to handle media inquiries concerning.
Well, probably TikTok feared like it'd be a PR nightmare, basically, that all this would come out publicly on a large scale, that they were paying, promoting, and managing a girl that is obviously on death's doorstep. Yeah, I'm sure.
Ms. Cooney's health, and in the event of her unaliving, oh wow, they even have gone this far. Potential online tributes and glorification.
Wow.
The TikTok witness testified that TikTok eventually
TikTok discussed how to handle media inquiries concerning Miss Cooney's health and, in the event of her death, potential online tributes and glorification. I am fucking nauseous. They knowingly promoted her, acknowledged she was sick, not okay, and at death's door, and are like, well, if she does die, let's have tributes and things to hype her up and make her a saint, glorify her. Glorification. Are you fucking kidding me? When I tell people government and big corporations, I don't care what month or whatever they want to acknowledge or whatever advertising campaign, none of these companies, whether it's a product, it's a social media app, look, well, look at the VP for Campbell's Soup. We'll cover that before we leave. I'll search bar and we'll find something. They don't. All they care about is their bottom line. All they care about is money. This is disgusting. This whole situation, I am so fucking. And then you've got people like AJ, my fasting journey. Oh, if you want tips on fasting and how to lose weight. Meanwhile, she was cross hashtagging her weird DDLG posts on her Tumblr talking about anorex to get around the censors. You're part of the problem too, AJ. This is so. This is like, it takes a lot to like shake me up. I am shooketh. I am shakeneth. I am shookeneth. This is fucking disgusting. Thank you, Mick. Yeah, it's a little sensitive topic. I agree, Astra. I knew that app was disgusting, but damn, this is unbelievable. Oh, and that's not even venturing into the side of YouTube and TikTok where parents have their kids on there at
moved Ms. Cooney from its creator fund, but her recent visit to TikTok's New York office, described below, calls that into question. So does this not solidify even more as to why Eugenia is experiencing a ban on her account, or at least being told you absolutely cannot upload, because she is a walking liability for them at the moment. And as I went into detail in my previous video, they can't just delete her account because that can be seen as destroying evidence, but they can't let her keep posting either because she's a barn burner. It's a really bad situation for TikTok to be in. And the only other unredacted section is at the bottom of page 7. Quote, worse, plaintiffs asked the court to compel the TikTok defendants to produce, again, documents concerning events from over a year ago that the TikTok defendants have already produced, and in these cases, blank. The blank is, for example, restrictions placed on Ms. Cooney's account and her removal from the Creator Rewards program. So what all of this is saying to me is, taking into account the current update as well. I said in my last video that surely if Eugenia and her family can prove that this isn't the condition that we think it is, then all of this goes away, right? Because then all of a sudden you're condemning somebody with a condition that potentially doesn't harm people, although that also brings into question intent, doesn't it? Oh, that's a whole philosophical rabbit hole that I could delve. Let's not for this video, let's for another one. Okay, so if we can then conclude that the condition that Eugenia has is the condition that we think it is, and we are also now able to conclude that TikTok has been removing her from creator rewards programs, I do feel like that does kind of imply that we know why she's not online. Now, I have had...
And keep in mind, all this isn't even talking about the Eugenia Cooney Discord situation, where apparently there were bad no-no people in that Discord doing bad no-no things. I need to look and see if I can find some stuff on that and watch through it. And that's a sensitive topic. I've got to be careful. YouTube deems you for the dumbest shit. But if I can find some things on that, depending on what I find and the severity of it, I can at least give a synopsis. We can watch a little bit of something, or yeah, that's a whole. And I think all of this was happening simultaneously, if I understand correctly. Oh, all right. So Vera the Chooken's channel is in the link below. I want to go to. So basically, TikTok's hiding a lot of shit. They know that Eugenia is she's in a bad way. And they still promoted her, paid her, yada yada yada, and we're like, well, if she dies, let's make sure we've got some nice tributes ready. That is all right, so this is from Spill. I don't think I shared their link in the chat here. Hold on. I'll grab the link for this video and I'll throw it in chat real quick. So if you want to watch it again on your own time or go subscribe to them there. That's for this Spill video. Oh my gosh. I am like, I don't even know what to say, man. That's sad. That's fucked up. That's dark. That's not okay. Like, fucking welcome to the world we live in, I guess. All right. So this was called, yeah, Eugenia's Cooney lawsuit took a dark turn. Disturbing receipts just surfaced. And there's also a helpline, 1-866-662-1235 for if you need help with an ED. Mods, if you want to put a number or something in chat, feel free.
A beloved creator vanished from the internet suddenly, leaving behind a trail of concerning livestream clips.
I can make it off. I'm just kind of like letting my stress get to me.
Rumors of a body bag.
But it's been 4 months. At this point, I'm gonna need to see proof of life.
And growing fear that something had gone very wrong.
During the last few minutes of the stream, it was clear that she was hiding some sort of discomfort.
And now, Eugenia Cooney's name is showing up in a federal lawsuit.
This is a huge legal law case, and Eugenia Cooney has just been brought into it.
Recently, social media has been flooded with missing persons reports concerning the whereabouts of one influencer.
Where the is Eugenia Cooney?
Yep.
Do you remember that girl, the blonde girl? The English girl who everybody thought was being held prisoner? What the heck was her name? And she was like, and I want to start like a camp where everybody can come and just be loving towards one another and just be loving. And I don't know. It turned out girl was on drugs. That was weird too. God, YouTube is such a weird space. I love YouTube and I also hate YouTube. Yeah, Marina. Oh, Astra says barn burner. An event, typically a sports contest that is very exciting or intense. Yeah, I don't know that was the right term that doctor or whatever should have used.
After months of radio silence on her socials,
Hey, Scarlett.
Eugenia was officially MIA. And given the state she was in when she disappeared, Eugenia's absence wasn't just felt, it was feared.
For Eugenia, you know, being somebody whose whole life seems like it's a live stream, this is just completely unusual.
It's been 4 months. 4 months at this point.
Either she's really sick or ...
To understand what had the public so worried, let's rewind to Eugenia's last TikTok livestream from May 11th.
All right, trigger warning, trigger warning. If you're sensitive, look away. I understand if you have to dip out, come back. I don't know, like, just, you know, this it doesn't really show like the whole thing in detail, but I know it shows a little bit. So just if you're sensitive, if this is going to trigger you, like, dip out. It's totally fine.
Eugenia was doing a makeup routine for her viewers when
Yes,
she
Marina
sat back
Joy.
and appeared to start gagging.
I don't know, you guys. I'm not feeling that great.
Seconds later, Eugenia abruptly excused herself from the live.
I think I might get off. I'm just kind of like letting my stress get to me.
Yes, according to Eugenia, she was simply stressed. Yet from the pained smile, she couldn't even maintain long enough to turn the camera off.
She had been drinking something from like one of those. You could see if there was some, I don't know if it was like water. People were speculating it was some sort of one of those like IV electrolyte drinks. I don't know. You can't, when you're in such a state as Eugenia has been for years, what they call refeeding, and it goes for humans. If you have an emaciated dog or horse, you have to reintroduce fluids and food very slowly, very controlled. I know most people would think like, oh, you just start. No, the body will freak out. So there was a lot of speculation. I was watching some stuff when this went down that maybe her drinking whatever liquid was in that cup, her body's not used to it, because this happened within 5 minutes of her taking a few sips of whatever was in that cup. And there was speculation that this was her body freaking out, having ingested something.
All right, I'm gonna get off for now.
Viewers speculated something far more serious was going on. Online rumors began swirling that Eugenia had suffered a serious medical episode, potentially a mini stroke or a heart attack. Medical experts began chiming in, analyzing everything from Eugenia's facial expressions earlier in the stream.
Right there. She's starting to cramp up. Okay,
Yeah,
but you can see it right there in her face that she's starting to cramp.
To her inability to accomplish simple tasks.
Notice her stage of confusion. She can't even close or open a simple bag.
Even Eugenia's body posture was a potential tell.
Her right arm is crossed over to her left. Now, if you are having a heart attack, that is a very classic sign because she's got shooting pain in the hand that's holding that blush.
So with Eugenia's condition, if your body doesn't, so the whole point, like you're going to have body fat, no matter, you should have some. That's where your body is going to draw energy in between meals. She clearly has none. When that happens, your body starts, it needs to get energy from somewhere. It starts to, quote, eat your muscles, and your heart is a muscle. If Karen Carpenter, if you know who Karen Carpenter is, died of Tyrannosaurus Rex, and her heart gave out. It affects the brain because the brain's not getting the nutrients it needs. Your body's not getting the nutrients it needs. That's where, confusion. Some things I've read recently have said it can be and or it mimics dementia, a senile, like, just because your body needs certain things to function. This is why everyone I know that's a vegan, I'm like, you need to use beef tallow or like a bacon up, use an animal fat every once in a while, because that's literally what holds your brain together. All these anti-cholesterol meds, yeah, everyone who takes that end up with like dementia and Alzheimer's because it's the animal fat, the cholesterol in the animal fat that holds your brain together. And without it, your brain falls apart. You need animal fat. I'm not going to get started on the vegan thing. Please don't be offended if you are. Humans are meant to eat animals. And without it, your body gets real fucked up.
Of course, it didn't help that aside from a TikTok Eugenia posted in June about her dog Buzz passing away, this live was Eugenia's last upload. And more concerningly for viewers, it was the last time she was seen alive. As months passed with no sign of activity on Eugenia's social media profiles, rumors darkened until word spread that an alleged neighbor saw a body bag come out of Eugenia's house.
But in reality, we don't even know if this is actually her neighbor, guys. Like, this could all just be made up.
Turns out it was. But that didn't stop Meta AI from reporting Eugenia's death as a fact, nor did it prevent social media from doing the same.
I am pretty sure that it's sadly true that Eugenia, the TikTok star, has passed away.
All of this led to internet users running to the closest person to Eugenia for answers, Jeffree Star. Eventually, he addressed their worries, confirming on his live that
that's one thing I want to cover coming up is Jeffree Star called out Lily Tino, and it's
Eugenia wasn't just alive, but still active online.
Every single day, I'm harassed about my friend. And she's right here in the chat!
In fact, according to Jeffree, Eugenia's absence had nothing to do with her health at all.
She's waiting to have her account restored, okay? She can't gift, you guys, and she can't go live. Hopefully, TikTok will fix her account soon.
While Jeffree's claim did little to settle the social media storm that was brewing.
You're gonna tell me right now that she's texting Jeffree and they're all like fine, but yet she hasn't one time been on social media. I don't just mean TikTok, I mean all social media. You guys, come on. What do you guys know?
Others pointed out this wouldn't have been the first time Eugenia went AWOL when the attention she received online was no longer profitable.
Anytime her account has been banned, demonetized, or age restricted, she has completely stopped using that account until they remonetize her. She has no interest in doing anything on these accounts unless she's getting paid for it.
Eventually, Eugenia was spotted live and in the flesh at the airport and at Disney with her mother and brother. Yet her behavior...
Bro, that is her brother. That is her mom. There is Eugenia. It all makes sense. It all makes sense now. Oh my God. Which neither extreme is good. Ma'am, what kind of dysfunctional home did your children experience and grow up in that one is on the fatty end and one is on the skeletal end of the spectrum? Ma'am, I have questions. Mrs. Cooney, look at this is a physical representation of shitty parenting in a crap human. I don't even need the details. That's my opinion. It could not be more obvious. Wow. Yeah, let's go to Disney because Disney. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of shit I want to talk about. I'm just going to stream when I want to stream and talk about what I want to talk about. I'm not worrying about it anymore. If it's not a subject you want to watch or talk about, or you don't care for my views on it, then you can dip out and come in for the next one.
In public only sparked more concern that something was deeply wrong.
Sorry. Buggle, get out of my head. Is the brother is a Reddit mod? Oh my God, the fucking Reddit mods. Listen, I may or may not have a secret hobby of triggering Reddit mods because it is the funniest shit. And it's not in a Reddit sub, you would think, right? I gave some advice in a Reddit that I'm very experienced in, right? Had worked in the field professionally, all that stuff. And like, I got slapped on the hand by the mods in the Reddit. And I'm like, no, you don't know what you're talking. Okay, it was a dog advice Reddit. And this lady's walking this Great Dane, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this, and get a Herm Springer collar. A lot of people don't understand how to properly use and communicate with their dog using a Herm Springer collar. It's the ones, it's links, and it's like a lot of pit bulls wear them. You've seen them, you know. And they came back at me with like, blah, 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 and your comment's been removed for like promoting harmful whatever. And I'm like, it's not harmful. You're moderating a Reddit about dog advice and you're not educated on what this collar is and how to use it. I'm giving proper advice. Look into it. And 4 hours later, I got a response. One of them was like, we looked into it and basically said I was right and they were wrong. And then I got banned for a month from being able to respond to said Reddit mods. You thin-skinned little bitches.
The person who took this picture said that they did not speak at all to each other. I mean, just looking at Eugenia, there seems to be an issue within the family.
But perhaps it wasn't Eugenia's family that had the influencer in a mood. See, it was recently revealed that Eugenia's health, or even her greed, wasn't what was keeping her off social media. It was everything she represented. Confused? Let us explain. A lawsuit filed back in 2023 on behalf of parents, school districts, and young social media users accused Meta, TikTok, YouTube, and Snapchat of using features like infinite scrolling, pushing notifications, and personalized recommendations to make their platforms addictive, a practice that has allegedly led to children developing anxiety, depression, and EDs.
They knew that their platform was harming young people, and yet they failed to take the actions to protect young people because it could compromise how much money they're making on their platform.
And the more the lawsuit uncovered...
And where are the parents? Where are the parents? Stop sticking a phone or a tablet into literal babies' hands. Stop letting the TV, the laptop, the phone, the tablet babysit and raise your children. I see it every time I'm out. A 9-month-old just on the fucking phone. Oh my God. Like I said, Gen Alpha is the first generation where they're, from the day they're born, they have a device in their hand. They're surrounded. We don't know how it's going to affect them, how it's going to change development, brain development, cognition. And everybody thought it, I remember in my day, everybody thought it was great. Oh my God, we're going to have all the information in the world at our fingertips. And then I'll watch these videos. Some guy walking through Times Square, and here's a group of girls that can tell you about all the gossip and what's going on with Hailey Bieber, and they have like professional level makeup skills and stuff, and like all the trends, and they're like a walking advertisement for everything the influencers push. And they think that Hawaii is a separate country. They don't know basic information, nor do they have basic life skills. We are doomed. We're doomed. And I will say, Hassan was misusing that collar. Collars like that can be beneficial depending on the dog, the use, the owner, any tool. You can take a hammer and build a house, or you can take a hammer and do bad no-no things with it. The tool isn't necessarily the bad thing. It's the person using it. Like I'm always saying, everyone has a shovel. You can use the shovel to make a beautiful garden, grow vegetables, feed yourself, your family, and your community, or you can use it to dig your own grave. Choice is yours.
During the discovery phase, the more alarming one platform's relationship with a certain controversial influencer became. On September 12th, a joint letter was filed on behalf of the plaintiffs with one aim: to force TikTok to hand over its internal records regarding Eugenia Cooney. At this point, TikTok had already provided 300 documents that referenced Eugenia, including the platform's relationship with the creator, user complaints, and the potential harm she posed to users with EDs. Seemingly to emphasize the danger of Eugenia's influence, the filing included photos of Eugenia, who they categorized as a controversial influencer who is widely known in the ED community for having Anna, a description provided by the head of TikTok's own
Tyrannosaurus Rex. Call it Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Trust and Safety Outreach Team, Victoria McCullough, during her disposition in February. The filing went on to allege that even though Eugenia was clearly suffering from an ED, TikTok brought her into its inner circle, managing her, paying her, and promoting her at branded events. Why, you ask? Well, allegedly,
because she made them a ton of money.
Whether it was obsession or morbid curiosity, there was no question that viewers flocked to Eugenia's streams. But that didn't mean TikTok's collaboration with the influencer wasn't questioned, even inside the company. According to Victoria McCullough, TikTok's Trust and Safety Committee was included in the platform's decision to hire Eugenia. When they found out, they were shocked. After all, according to Victoria's deposition, Eugenia's account had been reported by various external partners due to how many consider her appearance to be triggering for body image and eating concerns. Victoria feared this partnership.
Maybe Campbell's Soup will sponsor Eugenia. That's bad. I should. That was bad. I shouldn't have said that. If Eugenia, I'll look up something before we leave. But the VP of Campbell's Soup, a soundbite leaked, and he said that he wouldn't eat it. It was food for poor people, and it's gross and disgusting. And it was made with 3D printed meats. There's a reason I don't eat this shit. If I'm gonna rarely eat like a frozen TV dinner type thing, there's no meat in it because the meat in there is gross and it's always freaked me out. Like even as a kid, I would pick it out. The only ones I really eat are Trader Joe's, Pad Thai, Pad See Ew. Those are like my favorite little go-tos. The ramen I eat is I forget the brand. It's like by Chef Wu or something. It's vegetarian. I couldn't find them, and I went with like an old school cup of noodles. I couldn't eat it. It was just disgusting. Like I'm real picky. I can taste the artificial, and I don't like it. Like Mom and I like to go out to eat a lot. I don't really do fast food. I used to get a hankering for McDonald's once a year, and even that's gone bye-bye because I'll do a Burger King like once a year. I don't eat a lot of that stuff. I don't eat a lot of processed or like frozen foods. And I understand some people don't know how to cook. That's all they can afford. It is so easy to learn how to cook, and it's so accessible. So many YouTube channels are like, here's the basics: scrambled eggs, a basic omelet, make this, do that. If you can get the basics down, get your timing down, cooking's really easy and it's enjoyable. I just made a loaded baked potato soup yesterday and it was fucking delicious.
Would be a barn burner with TikTok's ED consultants, and according to the filing, she was right. Consultants were concerned, yet TikTok ignored advice from people like Harvard's Dr. Bryn Austin, who recommended that the app warn the public. These weren't the only bombshells from the filing. It was also alleged that TikTok openly discussed how they would handle media inquiries about Eugenia's health, and even what they would do in the event of her death. And while Victoria testified that TikTok removed Eugenia from the Creator Fund, the filing stated that Eugenia's recent visit to TikTok's New York office, which Eugenia posted about, calls that into question. Eugenia captioned her TikTok video that captured the visit, "A magical day at the TikTok NYC office. Thank you so much."
Julie, let me answer your question. It's the one with the prongs. A proper Herm Springer collar, those are rounded. Jasper has one. He's a 75 pound pit bull who is leash reactive. And I have weakness in my legs and stuff. And so when he's like reactive, I need to be able to control him for his safety, my safety, the safety of the dog, the other person. Herm Springer collars, you have to educate yourself on like how to use them. People think you just slap it on the dog and it's to inflict pain. Abso-fucking-lutely not. And if anyone's using that way, you're doing it wrong. Take it off. Learn how to use it. It is a communication tool. And the whole point of the prongs, it's no different than, God, what's the name of that? They're the collars like you put on the greyhound where if the dog pulls, it applies pressure. And so it like supposed to stop them from pulling or whatever. I think it starts with an M. But Herm Springer collars are great for bigger dogs that you need to control. All I do, I can gently flick my wrist and Jasper knows. Sit. flick, flick down. That's all it takes. I'm not yanking on it. I'm not pulling on it. If he is reactive and goes to lunge, it's going to put pressure because that's how it's designed. And then he stops. You don't ever yank on that. You don't ever use that for cruelty. There is a see, and this is what the Reddit mod didn't understand. There is a proper way that these are used, and it is not harmful. It is not detrimental. But like I said, you can use a hammer to build a house or to hurt somebody. It all depends on the user, their intent, and their education level. Yes, martingale. Thank you. See, I knew it started with an M. Yes, a martingale collar. Those were designed for greyhounds because their head is smaller than their neck, so that it kind of like helps keep them from slipping out. But those will also be recommended if you have a dog that likes to walk ahead, pulls, or is reactive, because it then, like, harnesses are not good for those types of dogs. Jasper has a harness that he wears, but that's because all the dogs have a harness, because when they're in the car, whether they're in the front or the back, they are tethered, they are harnessed. So if, God forbid, I get hit, I have to slam on my brakes, that dog's not going to go flying. You wear a seatbelt, they need safety too. And they won't like do anything crazy like jump out the window, or there's a proper way to use every single thing. Hassan was using it wrong. His intentions were not good.
Much TikTok for having me. I'm so incredibly grateful for this experience and everyone who made it so special. The filing claims this happened after Eugenia collapsed while live streaming on TikTok. Here, the filing is likely referring to Eugenia's last live stream from May, which, while concerning,
I don't know, you guys, I'm feeling that great today.
Never showed her collapsing. Still, the plaintiffs were suspicious enough about what transpired after this live stream to request recent documents or communication discussing TikTok's relationship with Eugenia, and documents or communication discussing TikTok's concerns about Eugenia. As the filing stated, this information is relevant to TikTok's knowledge of mental health harms caused by its platform. TikTok, however, refused the request, pointing out that the discovery phase had closed and the unrelated visit to TikTok's office after Eugenia's livestream did not give cause to ask for these.
You know what I noticed is, ooh, girl, here, let me go back. When she's like on her live streams and stuff, or doing her little cosplays, like when she did the Selena cosplay or whatever, she shows a lot more skin. I find it interesting that when she's out in public doing a TikTok visit, she's choosing to wear something that is loose, that is covering her and not showing a lot of her body, which from what I've seen is not the norm for her. She likes to body check, and because keep in mind, Tyrannosaurus Rex, she's in her mind. This is what's so fucked up about the human brain and EDs and stuff. Eugenia looks at herself and she sees that she looks like Amberlynn Reed. Where Amberlynn Reed looks at herself and sees that she looks not as skinny, but like Eugenia. The human brain is scary.
Visit to TikTok's office after Eugenia's livestream did not give cause to ask for these documents. TikToker Maya Papaya pointed out, as suspicious as TikTok's meetings with Eugenia looked, in the past, these meetings hadn't come with rewards, but consequences.
The fact that Eugenia has regular in-person meetings with people from the TikTok office is certainly strange. I have never heard of another creator having to do this for anything. But it was after this meeting and after they demonetized her the first time, because the result of this was that she was demonetized completely and age restricted for at least a couple of months.
Eugenia was also allegedly asked to dress more conservatively to hide her body.
This was the first hiatus from the internet where she did not.
There it is. There it is. Yeah, because I remember when she, what was it, Live Me, the beginning of TikTok, and especially on YouTube. Eugenia had no, I mean, do we remember the whole like Eugenia wears a diaper thing, and that really upset her because she was wearing such skimpy outfits and nothing fits her correctly because she's so thin that she was wearing certain outfits and flashing her lady parts. And it was like a whole thing, a whole fucking thing.
Post for months because she was just really upset. She didn't like that this was the first time there was consequences to her actions.
Some internet users even pointed out that Eugenia's vanishing acts seemed to overlap with the legal filings from the lawsuit. And now, to many, it seemed TikTok was again trying to do damage control. TikTok's reluctance to give over this type of valuable discovery shows that they previously did have a business relationship with Eugenia Cooney, but they're clearly trying to sever those ties, which definitely explains her absence. The problem was that the information uncovered already painted a dark picture of the platform's relationship with Eugenia. As one user commented, "It's extremely morbid that they were planning a response to her death.
Girl,
it shows that they have been well aware."
That part, not just like obviously the girl's not okay. That part, that particular part, where it's like in the event of her death, let's be prepared. The girl is like 30 years old or some shit. Are you kidding me? It'd be different if it was like a well-known creator that they know like got diagnosed with something or started their channel and they have something that is going to cause an early demise. That's different. You can't help that. But this like, oh yeah, you know, we know she's Tyrannosaurus Rex and all that. Blah, blah, blah. We'll use her as long as she's alive, you know, to make money. Sick bastards.
Aware of how bleak the outlook on her health has been for a while now. Shame on them. Or in the words of another user, at this point we need to throw the whole app away. But was TikTok the real danger to children, or Eugenia herself? According to one TikTok user, parents were right to fear Eugenia's social media presence. They just had no idea how dark it really was. On October 23rd, TikTok user What the F Is This Timeline.
And Eugenia is another one that will forever be 12 or 14 years old. The bow in her hair is triggering me. We all know why. I'm triggered by the bow. Which, I don't know, if AJ does something mildly interesting this week, I'll cover it. Because, you know, I love you, AJ. Ooh, woo.
Posted a video accusing Eugenia of the unthinkable. In the text overlay, they alleged that while the lawsuit against TikTok named Eugenia as a bad influencer for children because of her body, they had known long before this app that she's unsafe due to the fact that she had a covert PDF file ring in her community. And What the F Is This Timeline claimed they had first-hand knowledge of this, as a victim themselves. In the video's caption, the TikToker elaborated, claiming Eugenia would constantly defend and cover up PDF files and ignore the young girls in her Discord, or YouNow, or Twitch begging for help. It's worth noting viewers had...
That's what I was talking about earlier. I have no knowledge on it right now. I just know there was some sketchy shit going down, and it's like, you know, as it's not just online fodder, like it's being looked into. I'm not sure. I need to research into that. There's your PDF ring. There you go. That can be looked into. Oh God, Chantel is live and stoned out of her mind. Great. Ugh, that's why I didn't cover her this week. Chantel's just, it's nonsense. It's been nothing interesting. That's why I'm like, we're going to talk about this shit. Oh my God. Chantel, get your shit together.
Repeatedly called out Eugenia for allegedly catering her content to a specific audience. Whether that was by wearing certain outfits, accidentally exposing herself, or displaying weakness.
What I just say. There's fuck shit afoot. There's fuck shit afoot.
Just enjoy seeing and People struggle doing day-to-day tasks.
But did that mean she was exposing her young fans to the same sinister views? According to What the F Is This timeline, yes, it absolutely did.
When I say this is an issue, I don't just mean one or two bad men or bad people in her previous Discord or Twitch or YouNow communities. I mean pretty much every guy and even some women in this space were doing this to children and vulnerable young adults.
And they suspected it went deeper than they ever knew.
And there could be thousands of stories I don't know about.
As for Eugenia, well, according to the TikToker, she wasn't in the dark.
A lot of her former moderators have full-on said that they were not allowed to ban certain people. Usually they were not allowed to ban certain people if they gave her enough money. If they were nice enough to her and enabled her issue enough, you know what issue I'm talking about, she would be very against getting these people banned.
Oh my God. Is anyone else seeing the parallel? Who's coming to mind? Who's coming to mind? Who am I thinking about that would also allow this shit to happen? If you were nice to her, if you hated the same people as her. You know, she doesn't care about the money. Ooh, woo. Who else would this scenario? Girl.
They claimed it didn't matter if there were complaints about inappropriate messages, stalking, or threats from viewers. Eugenia only cared about how these men treated her.
That is the mindset that Eugenia Cooney was in with every single one of these men. And
oh my God, it's the Twilight Zone. Oh my God, it's the Twilight Zone. I'm not, you all know what I'm thinking. I don't have to say it, do I? You all know who and what connections and...
She had a reason to turn on them, like if they turn on her, or she got too much heat for keeping them around.
Viewers witnessed this back in 2021, when Eugenia hesitated to ban a Twitch viewer who allegedly only supported her due to his preference for women with EDs.
Exactly. I don't want to just be like blindly accusing somebody here. You know, I mean, I haven't seen any indication that person is doing anything like that. I'm a good man. Yeah, no, Sleepy Seymour, it's like, I don't want to...
This is why you have to... Your mods, your admins need to be people you have some sort of relationship with, right? Even if it's like... You don't have to be like friends, like most of my mods and like admins and stuff. They're my friends. I talk to them. They know me. They know my name. They know my address, all that shit. We've known each other for 3+ years. They have to be people you trust, especially if you're someone like Eugenia Cooney, where you're going to have a big ass Discord or whatever. And her rules should be very clear. None of this should be allowed. I don't care if you're going to give me $10,000. If you're a fucking creep and you're interested in anyone underage, whether you're an ephebophile, which is someone Onision into teenagers, a PDF file, which is prepubescent. No, absolutely fucking not. Take your shit and leave. You're not fucking welcome here. Ew, that's gross. Even the age play shit. I'm all for kinks. And I've looked into it and I've talked to a few people. I can't get down with the age play shit. It's too close to fucking... At least not in the sense that AJ carries it out, where it's a lifestyle. It's her mindset. She cried when she turned 10 years old. Girl. But Eugenia, if you're going to be on the scale that she's on and have a Discord or any sort of community, whatever, where people can post and talk and share, you need to be monitoring the fuck out of that. None of this should be allowed. How it doesn't... I sigh and I get frustrated and I'm silent because in my mind I'm like, why? How do people let this shit slide? How do people let this shit happen? It's wrong, it's gross, it's yucky. Why do people not just nip this in the bud? And it doesn't make sense to me and I get very frustrated and I'm like,
That's the thing is, like, that's a really big accusation, you guys.
According to the screenshots, what the F is this timeline shared, behavior like this was typical for Eugenia. One screenshot included a message from a moderator directed at Eugenia. In the message, the moderator denied banning a viewer whom they claimed they had given several chances, despite reports from...
So this is from Twitch. Or, yeah, Twitch, because you can tell by the way all the emojis and stuff. Eugenia Cooney, I never banned him nor timed him out. Look at his timeouts history for clarification. I mean, I've already given him several chances when I've had people reporting misconduct from him. He targets women in your community and brags about the size of his baby carrot in whispers. I think this only proves how much I let slide from your community and how lenient I am with them. Some people are legit full of poo-poo caca. See, that, nope, gone. And that's the type of shit Russ used to run around in Discords and do. He's behaving lately because he getting vape money now, aren't you, Russ?
Women in the community of SH, including bragging about the size of his appendage. I think this only proves how much I let slide from your community and how lenient Timeline also shared a screenshot of messages between themselves and another Twitch moderator about someone who was harassing them. We are starting to convince Eugenia that he is a bad guy and is just using her to mistreat her loyal fans. But you know how Eugenia is. She wants to see the best in everyone and give them so many chances. The mod wrote, adding that while they loved Eugenia to pieces, she was too nice and kind to go savage mode when needed. At the time, What the F is this timeline agreed with the mod. Yes, Eugenia was simply too nice for her own good. The TikToker also drew attention to...
I found that women, again, it's making me think of AJ. They put on the, oh, I'm just so nice and I just want to see the best in everybody and be kind and blah, blah, blah. But they're actually raging bitches that are into some weird ass shit. Is this like an epidemic that's happening and are we not aware of it? You can ask anybody who's my friend, especially if you're like in your 20s, 30s. I'm always telling them, find your boundaries, set them, enforce them. I don't care if it upsets someone else. I hate this like interaction between people where it's like I constantly have to be upset and I can't tell you you're being an asshole even though you know you're being an asshole because then you're going to freak out and be an asshole. So I just have to suffer in silence. And like, no, I don't do that shit. I'm going to walk away, whatever. If you want to be a crazy bitch on your time, not mine. I'm always saying it's okay to tell people no. It's okay to be rude. If some guy comes up to you at 10 o'clock at night, because you stopped at the grocery store, whatever, on your way home from work, and he's being rude and creepy, or being creepy, be rude to him. Be mean. And get away. Like, and people like Eugenia and AJ, where it's, I'm just so nice. Ooh, woo. I just want to be fair. Free speech. Free speech. I'm on your ass, AJ.
A Reddit post from another alleged former moderator, who went by the username Ravencough, an identity that was allegedly confirmed by the mods of the
not associated with Ravenstar
subreddit. Raven claimed that after modding for Eugenia for over a year, their eyes were opened to the person she really is. Ooh. They wrote that while they initially saw Eugenia as kind-hearted and warm, after she moved over to TikTok, the truth hit them like a truck. The former mod claimed they now see clearly that Eugenia only cared about two things, money and clout. According to Raven, this was evidenced by the influencers she now associated with.
Which this is a good time to say, if you haven't already left a thumbs up, please do so. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Feel free to join memberships, gift memberships, throw me a super chat. Everything goes right back into the channel, and it's much appreciated. Thank you.
The negativity she fed off of, and the way she treated those who were genuinely trying to protect her. She doesn't care about anything. She ignored me and other mods when we showed concern and disregarded us when we confronted her. While Raven regretted investing their time and money in someone they ultimately viewed as harmful, they hoped sharing their experience could help. They left users with this advice. If any of you are still supporting her, please know that she doesn't care about you or about
Yeah.
anything else. But some moderators allegedly didn't see the community Eugenia set up as toxic. They saw it as their own twisted playground. According to What the F Is This timeline, one moderator, whom they interacted with daily and went to with complaints of inappropriate behavior, turned out to be someone who shouldn't be trusted with any minor.
He ended up being a convicted child.
And they even had evidence to back that up.
He went by the name Quamlaria, and that was that same guy that I showed you.
Oh, no, 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 no. Like, I'm a tiny little creator in a niche community, right? Trust me, I understand my place, and I know my place in the hierarchy of this community. Pepsi, nacho, bleachers, okay? When my Discord was open to the public, because I stopped sending out invites and a bunch of people left and I kicked a bunch of people out just because, like, don't join a Discord and sit and not talk. It's weird. It's creepy. If you've been inactive for like 3 months, I'm booting you out. So sorry about it. When mine was open to the public, my admins, I'm like, anything inappropriate, because you'll get people doing shit. Like, they'll throw up an inappropriate post, screenshot it, and then be like, look what Raven allows in her Discord. Blah, 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 blah. So somebody always had eyes, and that's why that Discord will never be public again. Who's in it is in it. It's what it is. Like, it's pretty much like, I don't want to say it's dead, but it's not as active as it once was. If I ever started another one, it'd be the same thing. This shit is not allowed. And I know Cooney's got some issues, but damn, girl. And I'm sorry, if I found out anyone in my community was a convicted bad no-no person, even if we were close, even if we were friends, I'd be like, you gotta go. I can't just, like, if it was some serious shit. I'm not talking about an 18-year-old dating a 17-year-old and they break up and the girl is brokenhearted and the parents get mad and then press statutory charges on the guy. Because that shit happens. I'm talking about, like, actual bad no-no things. This is fucked, girl.
In a screenshot where they were saying Eugenia Cooney was too nice to ban people.
For What the F Is This timeline, connecting the dots wasn't hard. Photos of the mod and his location both seemingly matched those of the criminal. The user had even previously confessed to being a convict. But if members of Eugenia's community could see what this moderator allegedly was so clearly, how couldn't Eugenia?
And this is interesting because Eugenia likes to claim, I had no idea anything about this. These screenshots were taken directly in her Discord server back when she had one. He was open about this fact, and if you are a person in charge of a large community of people that are young, especially, you should at least make sure Google someone's name, but she did not. And this is a pattern that kept happening over and over again, where she does not look into people to make sure that they are safe. In fact, she tends to pick the people that make people feel unsafe, like this person.
This wasn't the only instance that made What the F Is This timeline feel unprotected by Eugenia. According to the TikToker, a user by the name Sam the Man used Eugenia's Discord to stalk the TikToker and their friend.
He would do this directly in her Discord while Eugenia was typing in it, and he would do this where he would give donations to her, donate to her things about us, or say things in chat that she would directly read and see this harassment happening.
What the F Is This timeline, and others would also allegedly go to Eugenia and her moderators with screenshots exposing this user's inappropriate behavior.
That's fucked up. And if she didn't do anything, like, listen, if it's your Discord and whatever, you get even 30 people in there. You're not going to see, as the owner, as the person whose community and Discord it is, you're not going to see everything all the time. So you, like I said, you have to trust your mods and your admins. Or if somebody is coming to you with screenshots saying, or DMs or whatever, and being like, hey, this person is creepy, weird, inappropriate, blah, 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 that person should be gone. And it should be, oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. kick that person out. You know, let me know what I can do, because you can only control so much shit. But if people are telling you Cooney got some issues. Cooney got all the fucking issues.
She did not get rid of him for over a year. He was allowed to stay despite what he was doing to me and others in her community.
And the cherry on the cake?
Is he got away with first-degree murder.
Yes, you heard that right.
Oh.
Eugenia's community was allegedly home to a cold-blooded killer. According to What the F Is This Timeline, they were only made aware of this little factoid when one moderator, out of frustration that Sam the Man hadn't been kicked off the server yet, leaked his alleged criminal record. According to the newspaper article What the F Is This Timeline provided, Sam the Man, aka Steve Angrove, allegedly confessed to taking a woman's life with another man. However, since the two men were tried separately and DNA testing wasn't where it was today, there wasn't enough proof to pin Steve to the crime.
But he also had 52 obscene phone calls on his record, and he had a lot of other things like dismissed case of domestic violence. And this was just someone that was allowed in her community because the Eugenia community thought he was nice.
And there were more alleged creeps where that came from, including...
Do you know how often I'm pinned as the asshole? Because people will be like, oh, and online, in my daily life, I get so much shit. Because I'm that person. Well, so-and-so is nice. And I'm the one that's like, I don't care if they're nice. There's something off about them. There's something, I pick up on shit. And if someone's energy is off, I'm like, my alarm bells are going. I don't care if somebody is nice. Of course the weirdo is going to be nice. And I've gotten a lot of shit with all this YouTube stuff because every single person I have been like, something's not right, and called out or warned people about, I'm what? I am 4 for 4. Being like, stay away from that person. That person's not right. I don't like what this person's got going on. No one wanted to hear me out about Sarah Locklear. Oh, look. Oh, fucking look.
Users with harmful ideology.
There was someone in her community that went by the name Johnny, and he was very problematic because he was a not C. He was already open about that, and Eugenia Cooney was cool with him being around. And allegedly, he apparently used to have phone calls with Eugenia Cooney, and she was very friendly with him.
Grown men who provided weight loss coaching to children.
Which is notoriously a predatory thing to be in a pro-A community.
And at least one user who still played with toys.
She loved him. He would donate so much money and things like that. Well, turns out he got exposed for being into blow-up, child-aged dolls.
Oh my god. No. And again, I think Eugenia is also one of those ones with the age playing. She pretends she's younger than she is. And what's wrong with people? What is wrong with people?
Yet, as toxic as these people were to the community, time and time again, it allegedly took people being victimized or Eugenia being targeted herself for the influencer to take action. And according to What the F Is This Timeline, Eugenia wasn't just aware of these allegations, she was aware of the TikToker.
I absolutely wish her all the best. I am very sorry about, any creepy people that she's come across, like from my old Discord, from my stream, anything like that.
Back in 2022, Eugenia was asked about unbanned fan cakes. The username What the F Is This Timeline was known by in Eugenia's community.
And the reason I was banned is I actually brought up creepy attention in her community directly in a donation.
This is the moment they were referring to.
I
if you know this, but Zemzo has threatened people violence new.
To be fair, that wasn't all they said.
Also, please seek treatment. You don't seem to be doing well, and I am concerned.
No offense to people in here, and honestly, like, I'm not really gonna give this, like, too much of a reaction.
Oh my god, the voice. That's not how her voice started out. That's part of the act. AJ does the same shit with her voice. And it's like really high pitched, and oh, I'm just like a sweet, innocent little girl, and I don't want anyone to be mean, and blah blah blah. Girl.
Or anything. But I just kind of think, like, you know, coming in my stream and just kind of, like, attacking a viewer of mine who I think is a really nice person. I just don't really think that's very nice to do that.
And from Eugenia's response, it didn't seem the TikToker would be unbanned anytime soon.
I think at this point that they don't like me, which is fine. You know, I wish them the best. I kind of think sometimes, which is understandable when you go through something really hard, but that they've kind of placed the blame on the wrong person. I feel like calling me an abuser is just honestly kind of ridiculous.
But the moment that stood out.
Is it though? Is it though? If this is, it's one thing if she truly honestly didn't know, right? Say she probably had thousands of people in the Discord. But if her mods were bringing this information to her saying, look at this turd, and she's like, no, it's fine. Just roll it in some glitter. Can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. Y'all know I love saying that. Then if this is brought to your attention and you're going to allow it, I don't care what the reason is, unless they had messages back from Cooney and she was like, yeah, I know. And the cops know and they're watching him. So like, and that wasn't the case. If you are made aware of bad no-no things happening and you then still allow those bad no-no things to happen to those under 18, those that are vulnerable, then yeah, I'm going to say you are part of the chain of the problem and you too are an asshole.
Out to what the F is this timeline was Eugenia responding to a user called Harley Quinn 4, also known as Ariel, who encouraged Eugenia to keep the TikToker blocked.
I think I might have saw some stuff on Twitter, like they were possibly like attacking you or something. I'm like, I don't know why. It's like, you're super nice, you don't deserve that.
This, according to what the F is this timeline, was where Eugenia slipped up.
Here was the tweet that was pinned to my Twitter account about Ariel where I was attacking her.
It turned out the attack was an allegation that Ariel, along with other adults in Eugenia's community, were inappropriate towards what the F is this timeline as a young teen. As evidence, the TikToker included screenshots of an intimate role play she did with Ariel.
So she saw what I was saying on Twitter.
Screenshots of an
so it's like cringy, like milady, like they're like text role play of like a little kiss. It's real cringy. I'm not reading this out. God, I am so fucking glad none of this shit existed when I was a teenager. Oh, thank you for my analog upbringing. Thank you, Jesus. The wow. Oh, World of Warcraft, Roblox is crawling with bad no-no people. I saw a video the other day. There's this group that's got all these Roblox accounts and they run through Roblox targeting kids. And you know how you can like do your character? They make their shirts that say CP and it's got like satanic shit on it. And listen, a lot of kids go missing in various different situations every day across the world and they're never found. What do you think is happening to those children?
Intimate role play she did with Ariel.
So she saw what I was saying on Twitter and decided to apologize to said predator.
Ariel also denied that the interaction happened, but claimed she felt pressured not to reject the minor due to their mental health struggles. At the time, they were both dating the same 44-year-old man, another member of Eugenia's community, which almost made what the F is this timeline feel bad for Ariel. Almost.
But when you are an adult and you bring a minor into the situation as well, that kind of takes away a bit of your victim card.
According to the TikToker, They were also taken advantage of by another member of Eugenia's community who was inappropriate towards them, despite persistently reminding him they were only 14. "I wouldn't until you were 16, he reassured them in a message.
Oh,
and
great.
that's just what the TikToker felt comfortable sharing.
If a man over the age of 18 automatically knows the age of consent, especially if you live in different states. If some 35-year-old dude is talking to you on a server, Discord, or wherever, and you tell them the state you live in, and they know the age of consent, that's what we call a red flag. Seesaw communication, and go tell your mom and dad, and I hate it here. I want to go home. I'm so over this place sometimes. This is why we're going to end the stream on a lighter note. I've got the Angry Cops thing pulled up. Do we want to do some Creepy Dave or the Frank or something like neutral? We'll end the stream on a lighter note.
Not everything's love. It's pretty graphic. A lot of what he did to me was very, very disturbing for anybody to read, and TikTok might take that down.
While Eugenia never vocally supported the actions of the adults What the F Is This timeline called out,
I can't always know who somebody is, and I'm very sorry for bad experiences they've had.
She also rarely took any steps to remove these toxic people from the community. In that sense, the influencer could be seen as enabling their behavior and endangering her young fans in the process.
That was never me trying to, protect anyone bad, anything like that.
Yet as shocking as What the F Is This timeline's allegations were, many were more surprised by the fact that Eugenia was still alive than any of the TikTokers' bombshells. While the internet might think they've heard it all when it comes to Eugenia Cooney, if there are still skeletons in the influencer's closet, it's potentially just a matter of time before they're exposed to the world. See, the judge in the social media addiction case recently sided with the plaintiffs, ordering TikTok to hand over internal documents related to Eugenia's May 2025 livestream and TikTok office visit. The plaintiffs' broader requests, including that Eugenia testify, were denied. In the midst of this scandal, some have accused TikTok of continuing to turn a blind eye to ED-related content on its platform. As for Eugenia, well, for now the influencer's future on the app remains in limbo as she waits to see if she'll be remonetized, or if this time the consequences of her actions will be permanent. While you're here, check out our video on 2 other social media stars who built a career off of their bad behavior, that is, before their actions finally caught up with them.
Yes. Isn't it funny how, see, my memory sucks. Those two, they used to, Amy and, what's her name? They started out on YouTube. Amy and Tammy. God, what's their last name? Why can't I remember? And my memory is getting so bad. I am Dory. Buggle. The Slayton sisters. How could I forget the original fatty lil cows? Yes. Ended up with the TLC show. Man, Amber and Chantel could have done that, but I don't know. So that was a lot. Man, no wonder why Eugenia is hiding out. Fuck. But this is what happens. I don't care if you're a tiny, small, little, non-inconsequential fucking YouTuber person like me, or if you've got millions, you need to keep your shit tight. You need to not allow the fuck shit. Because if you're allowing the fuck shit, that's telling me, I don't want to be friends with you. All right, let's wrap up stream on a better note. So the first part of this stream back on Sunday, we watched Angry Cops go over the DoorDash girl situation, which please go watch at least the first half of that stream. It's hysterical. I really enjoy Angry Cops. I would like to react to more of him. So he I'm the victim. DoorDash girl EDM. Okay, hold on.
I lost my job.
I'm the victim. EDM body cam. Okay, I don't know what this is, but we're gonna watch it because we need to lighten the mood.
I lost my job. I'm banned from TikTok. They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. This is a man's world. I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I'm the victim.
Sure about that?
I'm the victim. You got exactly what you asked for. Banned from TikTok. Only way to make money to pay my bills. I lost my job. I'm the victim. I'm the victim.
Hell yeah, that was great. All right, and then we're gonna go to the Frank. If y'all don't know, I love praying mantis. They are the coolest. There was like a little bug sitting on my fan over the summer, and I'm like, what is that? It was a little bitty tiny baby praying mantis, and I put it in one of my plants, and I was like, go here, grow up and be big and strong. There was one year I had 3 praying mantis on the side of my house for like days. It was 1 male and 2 female. And I talked to dude every night. I was like, listen, bro, I know you've got your praying mantis male instincts. Don't do it. You're going to mate with the female and they're going to bite you, literally bite your head off and eat you. Don't do it. And I went out there every night with distilled water and sprayed them down and they drink it. And I love a praying mantis. I would love one day in the future, I want a jumping spider, a jumping spood as a pet. And I want an orchid mantis because they look just like orchids. Oh my God, that's like my dream. I don't have enough room to provide like a proper reptile habitat, so I'm not going to do that. But I can do a jumping spoods and an orchid mantis. I love a praying mantis. So let's watch.
Here are true facts about the mantis. If you asked a 14-year-old boy who happened to be a sexual deviant with a violent streak to draw you the perfect animal, he would draw you a mantis with a laser beam. There are many types of mantids, none of which have laser beams, but all of which
so cool.
resemble what would plop out of a nightmare that farted too aggressively. The mantis has puppy dog eyes, 5 of them. 2 large compound eyes and 3 quote normal unquote eyes on the top of its head. The mantis has excellent eyesight, which you hope it would, given the fact that it has 5 freaking eyes. The mantis is the only insect that can rotate its head 180 degrees. Therefore, they're the only insects that enjoy live tennis, and some forms of pornography that involve live tennis, which doesn't exist, but you're still going to Google it anyway. Here are true facts about the mantis.
Yeah, hold on. Let's go. Yes, let's find a crepiburr. I don't know. Did he stop doing the Creepy Dave stuff, or where's a crepiburr? Where is it? Hold on. Let me look up Creepy Dave. There it is. All right. Okay, hold on. I got it. All right, hold on. I got it. Oh, so I looked through basically what happens with the Campbell Soup guys. There was a soundbite of him. He said it was food for poor people. He said some racist bullshit, which fuck you, dude. Said it was food for poor people and that it was trash and garbage, unhealthy, and that they're using like 3D printed chicken. And the soundbite came out. He's lost his job. Everyone's boycotting Campbell's. It's like 25 cents a can in some places, and people aren't buying it. In this economy, shocking. And I'm glad to see a lot of food influencers or influencers that know how to cook are like, you want cream of chicken soup? Here, 6 ingredients, make it at home. And it doesn't have all this shit in it. This is, well, like I was saying, this is why I don't eat certain things. I don't trust it. I don't trust the meat in a lot of things. I will go vegetarian. I will do a tofu. Can't do it. A water bear? Is that a trick question, Buggle? I don't know you very well. All right, so this is Zifrank. Creepy Dave. Creepy Dave is a vulture. He's great. I don't know. I would assume Zifrank is still doing Creepy Dave because it was a gold mine for him. We're going to watch him talk about the capybara or a crappy Barbara.
Creepy Dave. Okay. Today is my favorite pest animal called Crappy Barbara. As you can see, Crappy Barbas have a sort of monkey face. They don't have no nose, but they have scary eyes, like a demon. Sometimes Crappy Barbas stare into space. Maybe think about killing a chicken. I don't know. Oops. Creepy Dave make mistake. It's not a demon monkey. It's just second face of Crappy Barbie. But the world is dangerous. Many are made into Crappy Barbara lemon soup. Others must fight their worst enemies, the Bergs. Don't do it, Berg. Don't. Oh, he did it. Many hours later, we see the Berg eating the remains of the vanquished Crappy Barbara. It's sad. It's why it's best animal. Okay, bye. It's a Creepy Dave. Okay. Today.
All right, hold on. Let me look up. Let me see. How do you spell that? Tardigrade. No, he doesn't have a. I'll see what I can find. Maybe I can find some funny stuff on that. And always leave. I don't get a lot of comments, so if you leave a comment, I'm gonna see it. Like if there's any funny things, if you for like a palate cleanser, comic relief, you know, if we're talking about a heavier topic or something like today, I always like to try and remember to end it on a lighter note. So this is the. Let me pause it. So this was the original one that started, like he just did this video and everyone loved it. I've got to remember to watch him more. So this is the original Creepy Dave short.
Comes Creepy Dave. Hey, everybody. Everybody call me Creepy Dave. Hey, crows. Okay, it's too much crows. Wait, who's that? All right. Okay. Here comes a Creepy Dave. That's what people call me. How you doing? Okay, you walk away. Uh-oh. Creepy Dave made a pee-pee. It's everywhere. Whoopsie. Creepy Dave.
So that is on the channel Zifrank. We all know Zifrank. He does the funny animal ones. My favorite one is Spiders on Drugs. It's fucking hysterical. It's a classic. Yeah, Ozzy Man Reviews is a little more. Yeah, I watch Ozzy Man Reviews. what's the other guy? Oh my God. The black guy that does it. And he took my stick and I was at the park. Can't remember his name. The worst memory. I'm so sorry. Because I'm always taking in information and it's like my brain can't organize it anymore. The rabbit hole that I fall down on Twitter about the Illuminati, the 13 families, all that stuff. I'm surprised I'm not having panic attacks constantly, to be honest. So I'm not going to stream tomorrow. If I do, it'll be a members only later in the day. I doubt it though. I think I'm going to take the day because mom's off and we are going to go see Wicked. Two of us are going and we have 3 seats because the third seat is for DC to be there in spirit. I will be getting my nachos and my cherry Coke. If I feel like it, maybe I'll take a picture. I'm not really one for like doing that. So I'm not planning on streaming. It's going to be an emotional day. So I'll probably just take the day to myself. Thursday morning, Jasper has his annual visit. He has to have a blood draw to get his pain meds. But that's at 9 a.m. I will try to stream sometime on Thursday. I'd like to go over Jeffree Star's reaction to Lily Tino and that whole thing. Because Lily Tino is a fucking creep. And I don't like them. And I don't like people like him. And we'll talk about it on Thursday. And we'll see what else is going on as far as like Chantal, Gore World, whatever. But I'm going to be streaming a lot more this month. And in general, I'm going to be all over the place with the topics. So I understand if you're like, hey, this topic isn't for me. That's fine. Come back when it is a topic for you. You know what? No, you're good, Buggle. You're good. I'm sure you don't know about the whole. You're good. Don't apologize. You said nothing wrong. I think I'm gonna bring the cup Julie sent me and set it there as like some sort of a physical representation of DC. I'm gonna wear my t-shirt I have of her merch. It's got her face on it. I ordered that back in like March, I think. And maybe one of my ugly Christmas cardigans. So that'll be fun. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks YouTube for letting people know I was live. I think I know Garby has a stream scheduled for 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is 9:30 on the East Coast. She was going over AJ yesterday. I watched a little bit of it, but I dipped out to watch The Chosen because it's such a good show, and it's we're getting to the big part. So I know she's streaming later. I don't know if Tasha maybe might try to go live later. If she still has audio issues, I'll fire up my laptop so I can try and help her figure that out. Yeah, and I don't care who else is streaming outside of that. Hopefully AJ will stream because it's always fun when AJ streams. Oh, I'm going to hell. Don't care. No, actually, I'm not. If this is the worst shit I do online and in life, I'm ahead of the game. I'm just saying. So have a good night. I'm going to go. It's 2 p.m. here. I'm hungry. And I need to do laundry and stuff. So thanks for being here. I'll be back on Thursday sometime after I get home from the veterinarian. And yeah, be safe. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you in these YouTube streets, baby. Okay, bye.